The greatest boyfriend of all time strikes yet again, and this time in the form of the Jonas Brothers. Yes, that's right. The concert crew is back at it, seeing the beloved Disney Channel sibling trio, the Jonas Brothers, on their tour. The tour, after the release of their new album, The Album. This is the dumbest way to market any sort of music release, but the Jonas Brothers are rich and famous enough that it works for them. I don't think I'm going to get too far into this concert like I did for the Taylor Swift one because I knew my YouTube career was riding on that video. But for this one, I'll tell you the highlights and whatnot for you wonderful Nate the Great fans to get the gist of the idea. Anyways, Lauren, Christy, Carly, Luke, and I met in Charlotte, North Carolina at Spectrum Arena, the home of the Charlotte Hornets. I told Lauren how confused some of these Jonas Brothers fans got to be when they pulled up and they saw just a bunch of bugs all over. But I was excited to be yet again in another sports arena, even though a sports team wasn't playing, even though the Hornets weren't playing. I digress. Our concert was on Saturday at 7. So during the day, we spent some time in the south end of Charlotte. And let me tell you, this place is a lot of fun. In no way did I think I was in Ukraine like Atlanta made me feel. I felt like I was in the nice, peaceful United States of America. South end of Charlotte has a lot of nice shops and things happening. A lot of stuff going on in this part of the city. I really liked South End Charlotte. Okay, so we got to the concert at like 7:30 or something. We didn't really want to see the opening band because who cares? We walked around for a bit, and I think what I do need to do here is tell my fellow Americans that I am here for you during inflation. I'm going to stand up to the corporate greed entity that is Spectrum Arena. Their prices for food and drinks are literally unfathomable. Poor Lauren paid literally $48 for 2 drinks. Nothing fancy, nothing insane, just 2 drinks came up to be 48 American buckaroonies. Please don't buy anything at Spectrum Arena if you're going to go there. Except, I guess, tickets. Because that's what we did. Anyways, we got to our seats. Section 205, row M. And these seats weren't as good as Taylor Swift. But that's okay. We didn't want to get too crazy for the Joe Bros. We don't care that much for them as we did for Taylor. Our seats cost about $93 for this view, and to be honest, I kind of felt like that was an okay price. It's not too expensive when we're seeing a pretty popular boy band of my generation. We were basically up in the rafters and to the left of the stage, but still $93 wasn't too terrible. What I will say, and this will probably be the last thing I say about our seats in Spectrum Arena, that I feel like the music wasn't loud enough. Odd thing to say about a concert, and I know we're pretty far from the speakers, but I had full-on conversations with the people around me and I could hear them just fine. A group of girls were behind us talking throughout the entire concert. Thanks for that, by the way. But I could hear this last word that they said. I could hear them clear as day. So I don't know. The seats were good. Spectrum Arena was good, but just very expensive. But the music wasn't loud enough. All right, so let's just get to the concert. Let's get to the concert. The concert overall was good. I don't know much of the Jonas Brothers songs, probably just a handful. They went album by album, and I had no idea what some of the songs were, especially the ones that they played from their earlier albums. Once they got to Happiness Begins, I started going crazy, but before that, I only knew like 2 songs. Even Lauren didn't know a lot of the songs that they played, and she's like a legitimate Jonas Brothers fan. So with the amount of songs that they played and the selections from the earlier albums, this concert was 100% definitely built for the big diehard fans of the Jonas Brothers. I'm trying not to compare this to Taylor Swift, but the Jonas Brothers are parading around like this concert is all about their discography throughout the years. 5 albums, 1 night, like this is their version of the Eras Tour. So it's really hard not to compare the two. But with that said, Taylor did a lot better job making her concert a show. She had a lot more going on stage. The Jonas Brothers can only walk the stage with a strut, walking shoulder to shoulder only a couple times until I start getting bored. They didn't do a whole lot to show off their tenure as a band, other than having compilations of B-roll footage from when they were like teenagers up on the screen. Like, okay, not the most interesting in the world. And they use that as like transitions from album to album, different sections of the concert, different sections of the set list. I don't know, not the best way to just show off your tenure as the band, I guess. They used the space that they had pretty well. They had them walking about all that like massive big stage, and there were 2 lanes shooting out from the main stage, and there's one long walkway connecting to a smaller stage on the other side with a piano. That was cool. There was a whole lot of moving around, lots of kinetic energy. Your eyes are always moving, trying to capture what's going on stage. But again, with that said, there's only so much that they can do until they start constricting themselves, because all you can do is just walk around. And while we're on the topic of the stage, is Joe the main person of the band? Is Joe Jonas like the main guy? Is he the main brother here? He was always in the middle, and a lot of the times he was just by himself while Nick and Kevin were like off doing their own thing and singing whatever. Joe would like stay back, or like he would sit on the main part of the stage and start singing. It's crazy. All Joe does is sing. And as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't play the guitar, the piano, or the drums. Nick played all 3, and Kevin was strumming those chords like all night. I did not hear Kevin's voice like at all, but I heard a lot of Joe. So I don't know if that's like a thing. I always thought that Nick was the main brother. He always seemed like in the middle of, I don't know, the promotional pictures or whatever. Kevin is never in the middle. So it seems like they just swapped Joe and Nick as like the main guy. But no, like that night, it seemed like Joe was the main brother. Okay. What else? But their little segments of the show were kind of cute. Well, just one of them, I guess. The kiss cam, they had Joe walk around with a camera connected to the main screen and zoomed in on couples kissing while they played a fun little love song. That was a cool part. I really enjoyed that. A lot of audience engagement, like giving the camera to one of the people in the band and just let them have it. Too bad Joe himself won't be kissing any significant other anytime soon. Oh! Another segment, but this time I didn't like it. Is it just me, or I just cannot stand when singers or people of the band bring out like people a part of their band who like play the instruments, and they give them like a whole highlight or whatever, or like a guitar solo. Like the band on stage playing the music get time to, I don't know, play the guitar or violin or something up on stage, while the band I paid money to go see are off doing something else, or like watching them play the instrument. Like I could not care less about Miss Guitar Player play her guitar. Like give Kevin a guitar solo. I don't know, that would have been so much cooler. That would have been way better. That would have been so much more engaging, and let me watch the band that I paid to go see. I don't care about some rando who knows how to play the guitar. I didn't pay money to go see them. I paid money to go see the Joe Brothers. You know what I'm saying? And one last thing before I close this video out, I will say, I feel like I've been saying that, like I will say, I wish that there was more moments of levity with the audience. Maybe some banter back and forth between the brothers, have them talk, whatever, talking and doing something with each other up on stage. I don't know. They had a small bit where they talked to a fan with a poster, and then Joe, there he is again, took a girl's phone and left a video recording for the girl's boyfriend. Like, that's funny, that's cute. But I needed more of that down-to-earth kind of thing. There were tons of moments of pause with no music between songs. The stage would just go dark after a song, and you wait a couple seconds for the next song to start. Like, this is awkward. Like, come on, fill this time in with banter or audience engagement or something. I don't know. I just wanted to hear more of them talking to each other or talking to the audience, or I don't know, do like a little, hey, Charlotte, how's it going? I don't know. Again, one more thing. They had an intermission? This is an absolute joke. They had like a 15-minute intermission in the middle of their set list. Like, absolutely not. If you can't go like 3 hours straight singing songs, something that you are professionally made to do, I don't know, not make your set 3 hours long. Cut it back to like 2.5 hours or 2 hours or something. Take out some of your older boring songs that no one knows, and let the songs flow into each other, giving off the illusion that this is a continuous show, that it doesn't have awkward pauses at the end of every song. I don't know, like the intermissions and the pauses and like the zero banter or whatever, just it didn't seem like a continuous thing going on, All right, so closing thoughts. So looking at the script, looking back at it, scrolling through it, it seems like I thought this concert was terrible. It wasn't. Nothing went wrong. There weren't any bad graphics. The music sounded good, just needed a little bit louder. And other than that, they all performed pretty well. It's funny, it looked like Kevin was having like the most fun up there. I think all Joe and Nick care about is how sexy they are. Like, relax, dude. You're all married. Oh, wait. Anyways, I liked the concert. I think there were some good segments. I thought there were some dumb segments. But all in all, if you're a Jonas Brothers fan, sure, go ahead to this concert. But if you're a lukewarm fan and you just so happen to live in a city where the Jonas Brothers are playing, if you just so happen to live in Charlotte and you have nothing else better to do, I still can't recommend the Jonas Brothers, the tour, promoting their new album, The Album. The concert is built and constructed towards the diehard fans who know like their deepest cuts and all of their songs. If you're someone who falls into that category, like I said, go ahead, go and sing your heart out. As long as you don't go to Spectrum Arena.